Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Yrimu. My content is around motherhood, lifestyle, family, faith, and life in America as a Kenyan. If that sounds interesting to you, please do hit that subscribe button and join the family as we grow together. I'm taking a break from my regular vlogs for a little bit, and I decided it is high time I finally record this. I'm not gonna say highly requested because it is not highly requested, but 1, 2, 3, 4 people have requested for it, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do a disclaimer right here. I am not the most professional when it comes to making chapos. I'm not a pro. I'm still a learner, so let's learn together. So since you asked for my recipe, I'm going to give you how I do my chapos. It is a concoction or a combination of several methods from different people I cut, but most of what I do, I've learned from my mom. So this video will be me showing you my chapo making recipe from beginning to the end. Again, if you don't agree with my method, just comment and tell me what I can change or adjust in a nice way and help others learn. But again, I'm not doing this to say I'm a pro, do it my way. No, I'm just saying you asked for the recipe. I'm showing you how I do it, and I like my chapos. Okay, so let's get into the video. Okay, so first things first, I usually use hot running water. I just use tap water, so I turn it to the max for me because it's hot enough to where I can touch it, but it's not burning me and it's not cold. So what I do is I get a pitcher jug. You can use whichever jug you use, and then what I do, I add oil. I think that's a good starting point. I think the oil is not a lot, but we're going to be adding more as we continue. And then you want to take and again, I use the sink because it's messy. It's easier for me to mess up in here and then clean up because I'll just run the water. So I get my plastic bowl or whatever mixing bowl that you fancy. Okay, so I like my chapos both white and brown. If you like just brown, then or just white, then you would skip the second step. But this is my white flour. I'm gonna put on the screen over here the brand that I use when we're here in America. So again, I'm sorry, my ingredients are not really measured. I just use my eyes. I want to make about 25 chapatis for today, so I'm going to be using quite a lot of flour today. So it's about 3 cups. 4, is that 3 or 4? And then I'm going to add in my whole wheat flour. Actually, the white flour I put is the same brand, King Arthur, but the all-purpose bleached. And we don't measure, we use our eyes. I don't put too much, as in I don't like the wheat to be too much, because too much wheat makes it, I don't know, it's not the best. I need to add some more unga here. That one is coming to an end. So I first give it a nice mix like that, just so I can tell with my eyes if I need to add any more white flour, because I don't want it to be too brown. So this looks okay for me before I add in the salt and the sugar. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the white all-purpose unbleached. Here it has some information for when I had ordered this was delivered. That's why it has that. But yeah. All right, now for sugar, this is the one that I like, the Morena pure cane sugar. I think you can use whatever sugar you desire. This is just the one that I like. And now, again, this is my recipe. I like my chapatis sweet. So the one for puts you 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's not me. I like my chapatis tasty. I think that's a lot. I've put too much. That's a lot, but also the unga is a lot. And then a good balance of salt and sugar. So again, we don't really measure. We just use our eyes, and then we'll keep tasting. I think that's a good start. And then now we start adding our water. I like to make sure. I just like to make sure that the water, the dough consistency becomes like really soft first, and then we'll go hardening it. So I add more water. We will add more water. Actually, I would. And I estimated how much water we'll need. Get some more water here. Guys, I'm so sorry. My camera placement was completely off. I underestimated it. So I'm sorry, my hand is kind of blocking what I'm doing, but we are kneading the dough. This is my least favorite part of making chapos because I can never, for the life of me, know exactly when the dough is like right. This is where I do what's called gotikidia. And yes, I'm adding more sugar because I tested it and I was like, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So I'm just, again, it is a mix and match. You keep on trying, and it's okay to add your salt or sugar at this stage. It's okay. It blends in pretty well. I've done this multiple times and I never find it like it's not bad. Okay, you can fix it before they are cooked. Okay. Anyway, again, just keep kneading until it stops shikanaing to the like hold. What's it called? It stops shikanaing to the to your mixing bowl, and that is when now you can add some oil so that it now like really shikana. So I just keep kneading and kneading. I think I did add a little bit more flour so that it's not, and then you don't want to make it too hard because if you make it too hard, it is going to disappoint you. They're going to become hard. So a little bit of flour just so that it's nice consistency. Also, you don't want it to be too like what's it called, too soft, like when inatokana. You want it to be a nice consistency. And the reason why I'm saying this is my least favorite part is because this is the part of making chapos that is just eyeballing. Every single time I make chapos, at this point it becomes totally different. Like it becomes different for me. So you guys just again, I told you this is my recipe. I know it's not very, very helpful, but yeah, we try. Okay. Another thing that you can do instead of putting the oil in the water, the last time I made chapos and they came out so wonderful in my previous vlog. Again, I'm so sorry for my hand. It's blocking everything. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Anyway, the last time I did when you put your flour and your salt and sugar, then you add oil and just like mix it completely until it becomes kind of like crumbs. Then now you can add your water and knead the flour. I felt like that way they became way more softer and so much better than adding your oil in the water. Again, there's multiple ways to go about this. So many different ways that you can knead your flour. Mix and match all the different recipes from different people until you find one that works for you. This is what works for me. It may not work for you, but it worked for me. Okay. All right. So now once you've kneaded your unga to the point you feel comfortable, then now the last step is to just add oil. And when you add the oil, it's not going to shikana to the mixing bowl anymore. And now you know you are somewhere else. So as for me, I'm satisfied with how it feels and how it looks. If you have time and energy, you can need some more. I don't because I gotta go put the kids to bed. So we're gonna cover this with a cling foil and then a cloth. Not sharing. Tell him share. Then we'll put our cloth on top, and then I'll leave it up here. That literally made me sweat so much already. For the keyboard warriors, you can't wait to tell me that I need to remove my jewelry. I know. I tried. It can't come off. So I washed my hands thoroughly. I did. I washed my hands. I washed my rings thoroughly. They're, on this side, they're stuck. They can't come out. I don't know how I'm gonna take them out, but yeah. Uh-oh. You removed the nini. Sorry, I need to go take care of my kids now, and then when they sleep, we'll come and finish cooking. Okay, so now that the flour has been sitting for a while, it has risen a little bit now that it's supposed to rise because it doesn't have any yeast. Yes, so we are gonna go ahead and do so. This next part, again, this is how I do it. A lot of people do it very differently. I'm not too keen to like get all the little rolls, how they call it, like the layers and stuff. It's not my number one priority. So if it is your number one priority, please find a video that will show you how to get the layers. For me, it is I just need them to be rolled out. So our dough is looking nice and ooh, nice and soft. I love that. Now you know that's gonna be a good dough. So what I'll do, we'll first dust our surface, and then I'm gonna cut this dough into two because it's pretty big. So let me dust it off a little bit so that I'm able to cut through. It's about halfway. So what I do is just I roll out the dough into like a big kind of rectangle. You see it's sticking a little bit, just add some flour. It can roll out nicely. Then once it's rolled out nicely, we add oil. Me, I cannot tell you what is the reason, but this is how my mom taught me, or this is what I see her do. I can't explain to you why, but that's what they do. They add oil. And then this is the part that I've concocted from other people. I've seen people add some flour on top. I cannot tell you what is the purpose, but I've seen people do this, so I will do it too. I'll do it too. And it tends to just be nice. It works out. Just sprinkle some little bitty flour in there, and then we start cutting. Yeah. Just do as I do, okay? I will start with that. Then what we do, you just grab one and roll until you get a good size amount. So depending on the size of your pan, you get a sizable ball. What I do now, like this one is pretty small, so I'll come and share from this one. I'm not gonna make them too big, so it's about the size I want, like that. And then now what I'll do, I just dab it in some flour like that and drop it there. And then you repeat the process. Okay, so you're just gonna keep repeating doing that until you are done. Honestly, the middle ones usually tend to be a lot bigger than the ones on the outside. So you'll see me like rolling up to halfway and being like, oh, that's too big. So, and you want them to kind of be the same. And this is where you really eyeball it. You're using your eyes hand-eye coordination to tell you the balls to be almost the same size. So you gotta use your eyes. It's you gotta feel it. So the pieces that are being left, I'm just going to combine them all together a little later. So as I do this, I just want to tell you guys, remember the first time I made chapos, they honestly came out as, what are they called? Mkate ya sacrament. It was like sacrament bread. They were so hard. And then as I continued making chapos, they would come out soft on the outside, but hard in the middle. And I know if you're trying to be good at chapos, you probably experienced that. So I'm saying that to say, continue practicing. You get better with time. I don't think there's anybody who did their first chapos and were perfect. If there are, God bless you. But for most of us, it takes practice. So if you practice, even me, I'm still practicing because I am not there yet. Right now, I am kind of like a B, but I want to be A plus because all the women in my family are known to be really good at making chapos. So I don't have an option. So I'm going to keep practicing. Plus, I love chapos. They're my favorite meal. So I better learn how to do them right. Okay. So I hope we get to learn together. Okay. Since we are done with the first round, I'm going to do this one, but I'm not going to do this on camera. I'll just come back and show you how many of the balls, what they call, how many chapos it's going to produce. So let me go ahead and do exactly what I did to the other one to this one. Okay, so now that I'm done putting those together, let's see how many they came out to be. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Ooh, 30 chapos. So let's start here. But first, before I start, the ones that I made ahead of time, I'm going to flip them over like that. This helps kind of, maintain a shape-ish. But yeah, flip them over. Then we'll cover them. Just the first row. All right, now we are gonna start rolling. Our pan has been turned on and it's heating up. So I'm gonna start rolling. And then we said shape to Achia, Africa. I'm a models. The first one always kind of comes out the way it wants to come out. I think it's like when you're trying to find your groove, especially when you haven't done it in a while. The first one is it's called the pan tester. Yes, you're testing the pan to make sure, So it doesn't always have to come out good. But after that, you calibrate and you figure it out. Also, when you're rolling, try to make sure that every part you're rolling it evenly. Like, don't make the center too thin and the like corners or the outsides like thick, because that's going to make the center very hard. Also, try not to use too much flour when rolling, because the more the flour, the more it becomes hard. So yeah, try to avoid putting too much flour. You want to make you want to roll a few before you start going to the pan. So, because unless you have someone who's helping you rolling, if you're alone, me, I like to make like 3. So I have a head start, so that from there, not from there, sorry, so that I at any one point, there's a chapo on the pan and there's one ready to go, so that I'm not pausing or stopping to roll. So this one is ready for the pan. So now this is the part you really have to multitask and have your eyes on everything. So I put this chapo to start doing what people call kosher. You kosher. Me, I do the method where you kosher one side and then you flip it over, put the oil on top, and then make sure you spin so that it cooks evenly. I'm trying to roll another chapati or another ball so that by the time this one is cooking, another one is ready and another one is rolled, like that. You really just have to multitask. And then you want to make sure that this part, when you're koshering, it doesn't like overcook, because once you put the oil, it will heat up even more. All right, you see it bubbling like that, that's ready. So you flip it, nakausha. So flip it, and then take your mafuta. Like it shouldn't kill from as many those brown spots that I'm usually a little liberal with my mafuta. I don't like to put too much. Like once you put the oil and put it, flip it down, you literally have seconds before it now like burns. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's so hard because my mind is thinking in Kiswahili, Kikuyu, trying to speak English. But I know you guys, my viewers, you understand what I'm trying to say. So now when you put the oil on the top side, now the bottom side is kaukain. And as it does, I go back and I'm rolling some more chapos again, because I want to have many ready to go. Because then I don't want to leave my pan like without a chapo, because it's going to need. Not like this time, you can tell I've taken a little bit longer than needed. Right, now so that's cooked. See, my chapo has really brown. Almost overcooked. It was almost. Put mafuta here quickly. Hatukumes, don't worry. So it would be best if you have someone to help you roll and you just cook, or someone cooks and you roll the pin. But if you're by yourself, high level of multitasking, but you can do it. You got this, sweetie. You got this. You can do it. You can do it. You just need to have your eyes, in both places. So yeah, and then now you put mafuta on top. Make sure you coat the chapati evenly with mafuta. And since right here, it had already cooked, you don't want to leave it on the other side for too long. So this part is very quick. So, which is why I don't think I'll be able to record and keep doing this with you guys, because I need to go quickly. I can't record and go quickly. So what I'll do now that I've shown you how to roll and how to nini. So now this chapo, since it had already cooked, you just needed to fry a little bit. So now that one is ready to get out of the pan. Leave your chapo on the pan for too long. So make sure your pan has heat up enough. Like this. Let me show you real quick. So here I have a hot pot. This is where I'm going to put them, so they can cook them. Chill here with how they become soft after. Yeah. So I use a hot pot or a big container that you can just put them, and then you layer it with like paper towels. And if you can also put some aluminum foil, then paper towels, just so that the steam and all that stuff, like the warmth stays. I mean, the chapo needs to stay warm. Otherwise, if you leave it to dry, it's going to cook. So make sure that it is in an enclosed place where that heat is trapped in. It helps keep the chapatis soft even as you cooking the others. So yeah, that is my go-to method. I will finish up the rest of the chapos because we got 30 chapos. My goodness, I think I overdid this. Nearly overdue. But it is all in good faith, because I believe these chapos, I think I gave out majority of them. So yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll be more than glad to answer you on a coming up video. And we are all done. Sigh. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. I was so tired, but it was so worth it. Look at those chapos. Hey, ay, they came out really good. Again, when it comes to softness, you can tell they're very soft, but the ultimate test to know if your chapos are actually soft is when once they may cool down and maybe you've put them in the refrigerator and then you need to warm it up. Isipokauka. Now you know that chapo came out good. These ones, to be honest, they kidogo too. Like when you warm it up, ilikoga kidogo too, but see how much. But you can tell they're very soft. Me, I usually see people doing this. I don't know why they do, but I was just showing you they were soft. Okay. But ultimately, I am still practicing to have very, very soft chapos so that even when you warm them, they still come out good. And that's your chapo recipe. Try it. Let me know how they come out. You can do this.